So Aaron, can you just explain a little bit about Schneider Electric's customer base and sort of the extent to which you're marketing to B2B customers vis-a-vis consumers?
Sure. Schneider Electric, we like to say, is the most successful company you've never heard of. And one of the reasons why is that our consumer business, or products you might interact with every single day, is actually, at this point, a fairly small part of our portfolio. The vast majority of our revenue is going into things like high-end data centers, industrial applications, factory automation, and automation of buildings.
Okay, so where does marketing come in? What is it? What are you hoping to achieve through your marketing efforts, and sort of what are you measuring as far as success there?
Sure. We have, I think, a fairly special case that's going to last for another year or so, which is Schneider Electric, although we're quite a large company now, more or less has grown through acquisitions and also a very country-specific organizational focus. So one of our outcomes of that very successful model has been a proliferation of brands. So you may have 20 plus billion in revenue, but it's split over 130 different sub-brands. So most of the work that myself and the rest of the team has been doing over the last 2 years has been really organizing things in a much simpler manner, moving to a set of very stable brands that are global in nature, numbering more like 10 as opposed to over 100, shrinking domain presence from over 20,000 to one domain presence on the web, and really just getting the company structurally ready for a much more aggressive marketing presence.
And that would be branding Schneider Electric, or it'd be branding the sub-brands?
It's taking the bulk of the marketing pressure and putting it on the corporate brand and the mother brand, which of course is Schneider Electric.
Okay.
The brands that remain, which are more or less 10, are brands that we do see as being real leaders in their industry. So a company like Square D is a brand that people may know, APC, Pelco, other ones, and really allowing them to maximize their space, but not being shy that they are part of a bigger organization that can really help you end to end.
So as far as your global marketing efforts, I know that in 2010 you launched a global campaign. What's the status of that, and what can we see moving into 2012 in that regard?
We launched the first really integrated corporate campaign that Schneider has ever done. We're a 170-year-old company. So when I say the first, it's pretty interesting. It was integrated both across the globe, where literally you saw the same message in Beijing as you did in Sao Paulo airport. But it was also integrated using every single tactic that a modern-day marketer would be using, from all the different forms of advertising to customer loyalty to customer retention. And although I did it in conjunction with a lot of bright people on the Schneider team, and I don't want to be too aggressive, but it really vastly exceeded our expectations. And it was because you had such a baseline where marketing really wasn't part of the mix. So a very successful company that more or less hadn't used marketing as a demand creation or brand building or even a positioning vehicle. So it was very easy, even with a relatively small amount of pressure in the market, to come back and see the results. And of course, when we do our own marketing measurements and using the tools that marketers use, we saw great results. But where we were really kind of blown away was when we went out to our sales force and our partner community and said, hey guys, did anything happen? And we actually saw that the marketing-driven metrics turned out to be far more conservative on the actual impact than what our sales team was telling us.
Wow, so there was a single brand message that you hadn't there beforehand.
Single brand message, single call to action, done exactly the same in 15 different countries. So we had great learning across the teams. We were able to bring teams together and kind of challenge them for better performance in a way that we just had never been able to do that before because the efforts were so dispersed. So a lot of great benefits that we're looking forward to using in even a higher volume in 2012.
How is the increased general focus on and value of sustainability and being environmentally friendly? How is that playing into and supporting you in your marketing and advertising, coupled with obviously coming off the recession, this need for cost efficiency in all corners of a company.
I would say a couple of things recently have kind of changed the rules or changed the game a little bit. Coming from the U.S. as an American and having spent most of my career with an American high-tech entrepreneurial company, when you talk about sustainability, it was kind of okay, whatever, right? And then moving to Schneider, which is on the French stock exchange, a global company, where the Europeans in general have led on many of these very important initiatives, I really came to understand the power of sustainability as a glue across a company far better than I had appreciated before.